Yes, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Got myself Shaq, got Tobias. Game, Man City 3, Arsenal 1. Arsenal 1, Man City 3. Have Arsenal bottled the league?
It wasn't there. They're still a long way off. I think that they should have been. They could have been in a better position. Obviously, their last 4 games or 4 out of 6 games, league games, they've dropped points. So they could have been in a strong position. They've had their blip, or they're having their blip now. And now on to the next game, Villa away, is it? Saturday. Massive game. Everything turns into a massive game now. They've got that game and they've got to play City again, although it's going to be away. Trickier. But for me today, they huffed and puffed. They missed that elite striker, and Nketiah missed some golden opportunities. And top level striker, he's been playing. He was playing well. Obviously, the last couple of games hasn't been as well. Odegaard went missing again. Big game. Went missing. Defensively, I thought they were just naive in the second half. Especially what was telling to me anyway is how Kevin De Bruyne treated Mikel Arteta like he was the ball boy at at Man City. The way he just pushed him off, like no respect. Where was the uproar? What? None of his players want to back him.
They should have been kicked off. They should have kicked off the whole thing. The whole thing should have been
happened. And I was like, all over him. They're losing. Forget that. They're losing now. They haven't got the backbone. Well, you think you can imagine walking past Klopp and doing something like that?
Imagine walking past at Ferguson and someone just dashed down Ferguson.
No, it's coming off the bench and all sorts. Listen, there was no movement, none. And then, even then, there was playing into City's hands. The press in the second half, they didn't know when to go long and mix it up a bit. They become predictable. Trying to play out from the back when you're nervous. Sometimes you need that little bit of breathing space. You need to just stretch them. They didn't have that outlet, and then you can't make so many mistakes in your half and give away possession to a team like Man City, because in the end they're going to punish you, and that's what happened.
100%. I think it's a massive missed opportunity for Arsenal. I know it's still in their hands. I know it's joint points. Man City are top, but they've got a game in hand and they've got to play Man City. But I think momentum's swung now. I think it's swung big time. I think you're going to see Man City rack off wins now. Yeah, I think they're going to start. I think they're going to win 5-6 in a row. And I think to you talking about Aston Villa, 3 weeks ago you'd thought, okay, man, Arsenal go there and win. Now every game looks tough now. Aston Villa away, you're thinking that's a tough one to go and get a result.
But I said it in a couple of podcasts ago that this is a sticky end. This is when new manager bounces. Obviously, Unai Emery's there, and there's a lot of managerial changes. There's a lot more to play for. This is what happens. Are they going to stand up and be counted? Thus far, they haven't been. Problem being is that the pendulum can swing the other way because there's still so many games left. What we're looking at? We're looking at 15 games left.
Yeah, but I just feel about momentum. I think momentum is key. And I think you saw 2 teams that one team is streetwise, knows how to win titles, know how to play big games. And the second team just felt like a bunch of boys. It felt like boys. It felt boys against men. And I know Arsenal had most of the ball, but it just felt like Man City just experienced. They just knew what they were doing. They could play
had most of the ball. But yeah, Eddie missed a couple of gilt-edged chances. But they didn't work, Edison. Was it a pen for you?
Yeah.
I can see how it was given. I've seen them not given, but I can see how it was given.
Yeah. I think if Nketiah doesn't get the ball and it doesn't go towards goal and it gets cleared off the line, I don't think he gives it. I think if he gets there and the ball goes off, I don't think he gives it, because Nketiah gets there first and it's on target and it's going in and it's a last-ditch tackle by Ake. I think that's why he gives it. But I think it's a penalty. Arsenal. Have Arsenal overachieved anyway? Would they be disappointed if they don't go on and win the league? But have they overachieved? I look at Liverpool, somehow are in a transitional period now. Man United with Ten Hag, they're on the rise, but they're not ready yet. Chelsea with Potter, they lost today as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, flipping it. Potter's gone. He ain't lasting, man. That guy ain't I feel for him. Potter ain't lasting.
No, Frenchie,
He ain't lasting.
Frenchie must be doing all sorts.
I know, Frenchie's going mad. But yeah, Man United transitional period, so are Liverpool, so are Chelsea. It just leaves Arsenal. It's just they're the only team that's stable, have had a stable manager for so long. If they don't win it this year, is it going to be even harder to win it again next year?
That's the problem. I think that's the problem that Arsenal fans aren't seeing is that, yes, everyone's been saying, Arsenal, it's a missed opportunity for Arsenal because, as you just said, it's the perfect opportunity for Arsenal to do something. And it was telling today because it showed their lack of experience in that regard. Because it showed all over the pitch, to be honest, especially second half. But I don't think the fans or the club will be unhappy with getting top four. Yes, I think next season they see it as an opportunity missed when obviously teams come back and reinvest, and they're not going to be as bad as they were this season. And you haven't got the World Cup because that's taken an effect as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So you haven't got that interference mid-season again. So I think in the end they see it as a chance lost, but they've got to maintain some sort of title charge for me. They can't just flitter out.
Yeah.
So they can't finish below United, I don't think.
Yeah. I agree. I think I think if they do come second, I think deep down, I think that's a really good achievement. But where they are, they might be slightly disappointed. But if you look at the bigger picture, if they do come second, from coming fifth when they came fifth or sixth last year, I can't remember. But that fifth, because Spurs picked them. Yeah, to pick them to fourth, so they come fifth. So fifth to second, that's progress. The team's young, so he'll be thinking this team can go again. It can go up another level. But I think it can't peter out, like you said, it can't. Because if they end up coming third, and even that fourth place kind of catches them a little bit, then I think it's a disappointing end. And I think the targets who they wanted in the summer might think twice, if you know what I mean.
I don't think so, because it's still an appealing option. To the other options out there, like, it's still an appealing option.
What, a team that's won one Premier League title in 20 years? First time in 20 years that they've actually...
They're on the rise. They're London based, which is always a bonus.
Yeah,
you're always going to get that's always going to go in your favor. How many more players can Chelsea buy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they've done their business. I would expect that they've done their business for next year. I don't think Man U and Arsenal will be in the same pool for players, or Man City for that fact.
I think you're in for Declan Rice. I think there's going to be a rat race for Declan Rice next year.
I can't see Arsenal willing to pay that money.
I think Man United will. Yeah,
I see us stupidly. Like, he's a good player, but never been worth that.
It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be 120 mil. But David Moyes is smoking. He's smoking that ooey, man. He's moving mad. I think it's about. I think it's about 80 mil. I think it's about 80 mil. I think it's about 80 mil plus add-ons.
I reckon they'll push for the hundreds.
I don't think they'll get it.
But then why would we buy Declan now? When we need other players. You got Cass for another season or two.
Yeah, but you need a midfield. You need another midfield player. So you've showed that when Casemiro hasn't played, it showed a massive gap. So if you've got as your base, because you like to play the 4-2-3-1, as your base as Declan Rice and Casemiro, that's problems.
No, but for me, if his first choice was De Jong, then I don't see how he goes from a De Jong to a Declan. Different.
Yeah, but I think I would rather go Declan, because I think Declan knows the Premier League. I think Declan comes in control
the midfielder.
Yeah, but I think it showed that Casemiro could play that controlling midfielder role. He showed he could do that. He's been doing that. So I think if you got him, he could actually go further forward, and you could have Declan Rice mopping up everything. Or you could even flip it and vice versa, where Casemiro can sit and you start seeing Declan Rice more in the 8 and start going forward and start scoring goals. Because he's got that. You look at him and you think he could get a goal if he had a couple of man sitting behind him. So I think if you got Declan Rice with Casemiro, the 2-6 sitting there, that's problems.
But Arsenal need another DM apart from Partey.
Yeah, I think they missed Partey today. I think you saw it. I think it was a massive gap. I know it was Jorginho's first game, and I know that Arsenal fans are going to kill him. I know they're going to have a scapegoat and they're going to kill him and they're going to scream Partey was missing. But I thought Partey, you could see it's a massive gap.
So what do Arsenal need to take him to the next level?
Like most teams, they need a number 9 who's going to score them goals. I think if you look at their top goal scorer, I think it's Odegaard and Saka with 8. That's not enough. You need someone to get you 15, 20. So they need a 9. I think they need another midfield player and maybe another winger.
They needed centre half immediately. Someone next to Saliba.
Yeah,
I don't think Gabriel's the one to Saliba.
He's got a mistake in him, and maybe another centre half. But they spent 50 million on Ben White, so Ben White's there as well.
Yeah,
so
Ben White ain't going back to centre half again.
But even if that, so that's maybe a spine. So they still need a spine. So they need a elite forward, a centre midfield player, and a centre half, and maybe another wide player, because I think Saka's played too many games. I thought he was good first half. I think he petered out second half, but they need another winger as well.
He was good first half because of who he's playing against. That's why.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. Yeah.
Once Pep changed that,
yeah, it's quite.
Then it sort of wraps it all up. Like, does Pep get bored sometimes?
He does. No, he just tries to make. He tries to make it interesting. He tries to make it interesting for everybody else.
One of the best wingers in the league, and then you trial that experiment with Silva left back, or I don't know what formation it is that he's trying to play, but on the left side, like left wing back, inverted wing back, or whatever it is that he's trying to do.
Nah, it's bad. It's bad. But guys, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal have bottled the league? You think Man City will win it? Personally, I think Man City will win the league now. I think Arsenal will come second. I think they're in the rat race with Man United for second and third. Like Tobias, last bit. What do you think? Man United, Man City.
For me, I hope Arsenal continue to make it interesting. I'm kind of upset that they flitted out so early. Do you know what I mean? We're still in the mid-February, so they can't peter right now. But I called Man City originally. I can't change it.
Yeah, I think you saw the bench. You bring it on Foden and them man there, not even playing.
You know what? You forget when Foden ain't playing.
Yeah, that's the levels.
Akanji.
Yeah, it's the levels. It's the levels.
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, it's a squad. It's a squad, especially for this World Cup. It's a squad. That's why they were always going to win it for me. I said, you look at the bench. The bench is when you know you're a serious team. When you've got every man on the bench that thinks they should be playing, and that's what Man City's got.
Coming good.
No, he just scored 1 goal. He's still not better than Foden. I think Foden's just having a rough patch, and he's been injured. He'll be back soon. But guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are Real Talk Football TV, and we are out.